Hello, good day. Welcome to Newspaper Review on Niger Watch. My name is Ima, and it's a pleasure to be here and to have you on here with me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to my Niger Watch family. I hope your day is going on just fine. It's a beautiful Wednesday morning, and it's a fine day to review the papers. Thank you for keeping a date with me every morning to review the papers. Thank you. I appreciate your time on here. Please do also like this broadcast, do well to share, invite someone onto the broadcast to my panelists. Messeria Badie, it's good to have you on here. Thank you for tuning in. Please do also like the broadcast before you click on the link. But I cannot wait for you to click on that link already. Come on in and let us dissect the papers today. To the viewers, how are you doing? It's good to have you on here. Please take our time to like the broadcast, take our time to, show some love by clicking on the dollar sign to the right on the comment section. Also, you could engage our account details just out there. Yes, please engage us, do what to support us. Thank you very much. And if you are watching the replay, how are you doing? It's good to have you on the broadcast. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Please do what to like this broadcast and also do what to support us by clicking on the super thanks option just beneath the video. Thank you very much. It is equally very safe and secure. So please do also engage us, do what to support us, do what to support us even more by sharing the link, by talking to somebody about Ninja Watch. Yes, and talk to us in the comment section. I'd like to hear from each and every one of you. Good morning to you, Osagbo. How you doing? It's good to have you on the broadcast to you, Mommy Diasra. Beautiful morning to you, dearest Mama. It's good to have you on the broadcast. Good to have you on the broadcast. All right. I hope we are going to have a small time on the broadcast today. Let us move on quickly to the business of the day. All right. Please just a minute. Our first paper for today is the Punch. On the Punch, we have here governors, federal government agree on NIPP sale to fund budget. Abuja Disco suits through. Abuja Disco sails through as government rejects buyers for 4 discos. Buhari transmits finance bill. NAS passes budget Thursday. On bombing, civilians, soldiers' death high. Zamfara governor laments. On cash limits, reps order CBN to stay action. Banks adamant. Lawmakers insist EMEFIELE must appear Thursday or send a deputy. House Defense order to suspend policy, cite CBN Act. Constitution, banks ready for implementation. No counter directive, spokesperson. Germany begins return of 1,130 looted Benin bronze. INEC needs 100,000 vehicles, 4,200 boats, and that's by Yakubo. Truck driver kills tricycle rider, hoodlums loot rice. NFIU stops cash withdrawal from federal government states accounts. All right, we'll start with the last story there. NFIU, in line with the Money Laundering Act and the withdrawal limits, has moved on ahead to stop cash withdrawal from federal government and state accounts. It said that when these monies are moved, they are moved in cash. Like this is one of the ways that this cash gets to leave the bank, and sometimes it doesn't go through the right quarters. It is at this point that you will not hear that so money is missing and you're wondering at what point. So that has been stopped. So going forward, every transaction will be tracked. Yeah, every transaction will be recorded and tracked. And we have the human interest story of okay, so this family, the father, a father told a son his first son to build him a home. His father told the first son to build him a home back in the village, but the first son was unable to. The second son proceeded to build his father that home, but gave a condition to the father while the father was still alive. Gave the condition that this home is building for the father in the village. In return, he's going to take ownership of the village, of the home in Lagos, of the house in Lagos, for in exchange for the one in the village, and that one would belong to the father. And now the father died, and on the day of the burial, before now, they've been fighting for the property, the house in Lagos. They've been fighting for that property. The boy is saying this house is now mine. The second son, but the siblings, the first son and every other one has been saying, I know this is the only property that we have as a family, and you cannot take it. You cannot compare the house in village to the house in Lagos, like it is a ripoff. Anyway, so the day they were burying their father, the second son, apparently the one that is well to do in the family, storms the place with 15 military men. And that was how chaos happened. They couldn't bury the father successfully as they intended to. And, while all the scuffle was going on, the military, one of the shots fired hit a guest that just, respected or honored an invitation. The guest is said to have, died on the spot. That's a sad loss. And are they now going to say they want to settle this out of court? They want to settle this as family matter, or they are going to allow the law, carry out its full course on this person? All right, we'll move on to another story. INEC has come out to say that they are in need of 100,000 vehicles for mobilization, and also for logistics, 4,200 boats. And before now, INEC has said that that they can afford, with the several attack on their buildings and their materials, that they say they have what it takes to replenish without asking for more. But it looks like so soon INEC is already asking for more, because every time you're reading the news, INEC is asking for a budget of this, for this, asking for that. And I mean, how many outlet has been burnt, so many things has been burnt. I thought, they said they had enough to cover up. All right, we'll move to another story. So good things happening in Benin. Germany begins the return of 1,130. But there's so much banter going on online saying, must we throw a party at every time for everything that we do? But I don't know. I think but no, we cannot throw a party for every time there is a return load. But this is a win. This is a win for the people. This is a win for the people. Let's move on to another story. Oh yeah, we have so EMEFIELE was supposed to Godwin Emefiele. It was reported in the news that Godwin Emefiele was supposed to meet with the reps on Tuesday, which was yesterday, but he said he had an emergency and he had to leave. But the rest are saying, what could be more important than submitting yourself to the house? That it is not the reps summoning you. It is not Gajabia Mila that is summoning you. It is the people of Nigeria summoning you. Oh dear. All right, saying that it is the people of Nigeria summoning him, and Benjamin was saying that he would really, really want to know what is so important. When we are talking about national issues like this, with the states, in the state that Nigeria is, and everything that's happening, that Godwin Emefiele would have something much more important than coming to the house to explain. And how they want for him to explain is to explain the policy. And the reps are saying CBN should put a stay action on these policies until Emefiele has come to do the needful. Emefiele is expected to report to the House on Thursday, tomorrow morning. The House will be sitting for the last time for the year. I think they'll be going on a break tomorrow, from tomorrow, Thursday. So their last sitting will be on Thursday, and they are saying he must attend, or he sends the deputy, but somebody needs to come and explain this policy to them, and it has to be done tomorrow. Let's see if Godwin Emefiele would release himself to go explain this policy that nobody but him and the president seems to understand. All right, let's see if there's any other story we are yet to take on here. Okay, the governor of Zamfara State, Matawale, is calling out. It's not calling out. It's crying out and saying that the number of deaths from civilians and the soldiers to the bandits, they are just so high and they do not level. It means, I mean, it just means that the military no, that the terrorists are gaining grounds. The terrorists are winning. The terrorists are taking out, killing the people and the military. And he's crying out, he's calling for help, and that whatever it is, but the military makes it look like we killed 50 people, and some civilians lost their life, but we did this, we did that. Yes, why we well, the governor is out to let us know that the military are not gaining grounds. If the governor is saying in a nutshell that that these people have a upper hand on over their soil. And I don't know what the president intends to do with this information, what defense headquarters intends to do with this information, what the military intends to do with this information. All right, we'll move on to another story. Let's see what other story that we have here. I think we've taken all the stories on here so far. All right, so taking all the stories that we have here on the bunch. If you are just joining us, welcome to this broadcast. Thank you for being here. Please take our time to like the broadcast. Take our time to share, invite someone onto the broadcast and say something to me on the comment section. Let's move on to another paper. Our next paper is going to be the Daily Sun. All right, on the Daily Sun, we have Labour Party PCCDG, and that will be the Presidential Campaign Council. DG Okupe steps down, Oshutokun may take over. Think Enugu for business, Uguwine tells investors. 2023, Tinubu Atiku Obi rave up campaigns. Visit Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Castina make mouth-watering promises. INEC to deploy 1 million vehicles, 4,200 boats for 2023 polls. Signs MOU with transport unions. Crisis rocks NHF over government's withdrawal of 40% workers' contribution. Federal government rakes in $547 million from 5G auction as NIMC database hits 93.5 million enrollments. Desperate politicians after EMEFIELE says PDP. Christmas, local airlines warn of flight delays, cancellations over aviation fuel scarcity. Federal government to discontinue cash withdrawals from public accounts, to issue advisory to governors, others to train traders on how to use ATM and POS. Osho Tribunal, INEC opens defense, tenders election results. All right, let's take this story. Okay, so there's been an issue from the aviation to local airlines giving out warnings to its customers ahead of time. So they are saying ahead of time that due to aviation fuel scarcity, that there is going to be cancellations, there's going to be flight delays. I mean, this is what I've been saying, that this fuel scarcity has made lots of people, establishment, organizations to be unproductive. Time that people are supposed to be, about their business, doing a thing or two, they are the fuel stations queuing, and it's pathetic because this is like our main source of power. This is the one you can rely on because you can control it. This other one is, you don't have say over it. Anything can just happen, and you're left stranded. So it is pathetic that ahead of time, airlines are already saying, CEO, if you have a flight on the 5th of January, there are chances that it might be delayed or it might be cancelled. That is, we feel safe well, we feel no safe well. So just know now, say, and at the end of the day, there's nothing they can do about it. There's only so much you can do. You can only try, and if it's not there, you just have to, manage as much as you can and be hopeful that you'll be able to fly with it. That's the case on here. So if you so happen to have these issues, please bear in mind. Remember me saying today, the 21st day of December, that local airlines have put out a warning there that due to aviation fuel scarcity, that people are likely to encounter a lot of cancellations and flight delays. All right, we'll move on to PDP are saying that desperate politicians are after EMEFIELE. Join me today for the chat. Today we'll be talking about this. We'll be breaking it down today to understand what is for us to try to understand, because well, I think we get the bigger picture of what is about to play out here, or the propaganda, and even much more. There's a video circulating online where there's a presidential candidate of Tinubu. Actually, come, let's analyze this video together. Taking out this same new naira that we are looking at, we are confused, and they are looking for. I mean, it just shows us why Emefiele wants. It just answers the whole question. It just shows us why they are doing everything possible to take Emefiele down right now, because Emefiele wants to see to it that what we saw, or the video that is going viral right now, is not the norm. They are saying this politics is not going to be money politics. It's not going to be money politics this time around, and we will be supporting Emefiele on this, pushing that agenda. So let's see. Hopefully, the court does not take off that order that it shouldn't be arrested. Let's see what other story we have on here. So NHF are accusing the government. NHF are accusing the government of taking out 40%. The national housing fund by government staff. So there is a 2.5% that is taken out of their salary. They save up for this so that when they want to purchase, buy a home, they can take from this fund, they can take from this scheme, this post, and use it for this purpose. But many of them have said after work, when they wanted to access this money, they found out that the money is not there. And when they traced it, they got to know that the government took 40% of their money. So the government took 40% of the money that is not theirs. And these are money from low and medium income level earners. These are not like the middle class. These are not those ones out there. These are the low and middle class earners. And the monies are not there. These people don't have access to these things anymore. And I mean, we know now that it has to do with the government. What's next for these people? And that's why they are coming out, saying it out there that this is what the government have done. And they've been trying to get these funds, but of course, it has fallen on deaf ears. Governments now, where they toss the money, but I don't understand how. I mean, the government is taking what is not there. When you take what is not there, is that not stealing? Wow. We really have a whole lot of overhauling to do in our government, I tell you. Let's see what other story we have here. Well, I don't know why these stories are contradicting. INEC initially on the punch says that they require 100,000 vehicles for mobilization, but in another paper we are saying that they need 1 million vehicles, but 4,200 boats for movements. Yes, for mobilization. Okay, let's see. On here we have Labour Party PCCDJ waking up to seeing someone being called. That's an honorable thing to do. He has shown how honorable he is. I'm talking about the former Labour Party DG. Yes, I'm talking about the former Labour Party DG Doyin Okupe, and stepping down. People have commended him to say that we don't have politicians that steps down. But you have shown yourself. We don't have leaders, that steps down. You have shown yourself to be a credible person. You have shown yourself to be, and the person that you represent. You've shown that things like this will not thrive in this person's government. There is no room for this, regardless of who you are, how much of help you have been. If the law catches up with you, then you just have to answer for it. And it's good to know and to see a party that allows the law thrive, and it does not try to cover anybody or shield anybody. We'll see how the story unveils even more. We'll see how the story unveils even more. I don't know what to expect of this, but I don't know what we should be looking out for. But something is being said about the truth coming out. Okay, so it just goes on to say that there is much more about this Okupe story that we Nigerians are asking. Why did the law catch up with Okupe so quick? And what about the ones that we saw bullion van entering as a when bullion van went into Tinubu's home, say EFCC, you've intentionally done nothing about it. And we are really looking forward to a government that will not pick sides. And I hope that we get it. I hope that we get it. All right, we're going on. We still have two more papers to take, but before then, I'd like to say welcome if you're just joining us, and thank you. Please do also like this broadcast as we move on. Take out time to share, take out time to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you haven't, please take out time to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and do well to turn on your notification bell. Do well to support us on every broadcast. Please take out time, do well to support us on every broadcast. Thank you very much. All right, we move on to another paper, and that would be the Daily Trust. Right here on the Daily Trust, we have here federal government to ban cash withdrawal from public accounts. Article vows to reopen borders, donate 50 million naira to victims of banditry in Castina. We need 100,000 vehicles, 4,200 boats for 2023 polls, INEC chair. Igbos on IPOB attack. Igbo avoid Christmas trips to Southeast. Lou at motor parks, airports, as many remain in North Abuja, Lagos. Economic slowdown worsens. Apathy. We would dare the odds. Stay where you are, relative tells kinsmen. Zamfara airstrikes, bandits seize residents as human shields. Just man jailed 2 years for destroying PDP's billboard. Ishba storms same-sex marriage venue in Kano, arrests 19. After conviction, Okupe steps down as Obi's campaign DJ. And we have the last paper here, Race to Nas, Gombe North, Dankwa Bo, Akali back for another boot. All right. So, talking about what happened in Zamfara just a couple of days, I just said that the governor has cried out that more civilians and military men are dying from this attack, are dying from the gun duel than the terrorists. And, that's a cry for help to see. I mean, if the terrorists are gaining ground, it means say we know they go anywhere now. Simple. It means say we know they go anywhere. And this is a pathetic news, and it's even more sad to see that the bandits are seizing residents and they are using them as body shields. You will understand what it is as body shield. That is, they are firing at these people. They are using human beings to be blocking the bullets, to be dodging the bullets. Can we imagine how people are living in Nigeria of today? And our government, are they not seeing this horrific and graphic informations and details? Even sometimes they will record these things and put it out there, they will video these things and put it out there, and these people can still sleep at night. Well, as I said just the other day, everywhere is still jam-packed. By this time, this year, usually every other year, there'll be free movements, less traffic, less human traffic, and of course car and all of that. But everybody is there's a stay put. There's a stay put. Everywhere is still so tight, and you would not blame people for not wanting to go home. And it just so shows how much people have been deprived of spending time with their loved ones as much as they would love to. Now it is if you have money, you are coming, you have to go with heavy security. And many people, people would get by just to pay the fare to even get to their home. How much more having mountain security and all of that? So lots of people are they haven't even go through the stress of moving about with security. A lot of people have decided to just stay back wherever they are. Still, as you have your relatives telling their kinsmen, just stay where you are, don't come back home. And people can, there's some places Southeast, according to the paper, that says that people cannot even have engagements without having to go pay a group of people, a group of youths, so to say, that they intend to have a program, a wedding, a burial, and they hope for peace. Oh, there. Just imagine what is happening in our beloved country. In the north, there's graphic killings. Over here, there is no freedom. There is no, I mean, gone are those days where people, you would tell somebody, oh, follow me to my village. We have our, let's say, LM Lane football match on the 26th of December. And, people used to come all out for things like that. But what's going to happen this time around? I don't know. All those activities that people used to have in their villages, the masquerade, Mr. and Mrs. It used to be a beautiful time. It used to be a time where people take time off work and truly relax. It used to be a family time, and now everybody's going to be stuck in everybody's going to be stuck in Lagos. You go out in the morning, you're coming back at night because there's so much traffic, and it's what a way to live. Just what a way to live. All right, thank you for joining us on our newspaper review. Please do well to join us by 1 p.m. today for the chat. Do well to, I told you, yes, do well to join us by 1 p.m. We have a lot to talk about today. Some things that has been happening that we should be talking about. Mr. Collins, how are you doing? It's good to have you on the broadcast today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Thank you for having me, Emma. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, sir.
Thank you so much for having me. Just that I haven't been feeling fine all these for past couple of weeks now. So, but thank God I'm fine now.
Thank God. And compliment of the season. Thank God you are better.
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, let's go to the papers. All right, Mr. Collins, let's go to the papers. Let's get your submission on this.
The one I'm capable to about people they because of what you just said now concerning how people have been living in Nigeria. You understand? I think it's just the only sin that those people committed because they are from Nigeria. Imagine that a citizen can't travel to Christmas, people can't go to their home, even people staying in Lagos. Even there is no safe place in Nigeria this time around. Everybody have been discharged from so many things in Nigeria. Insecurity is everywhere. So I think it's a problem, and the most important thing, the government is not even doing anything about it. Even at this time, at this period of time now, this is when the citizens needed their leaders. You understand that hope. You have to speak to your citizens, give them hope. You have to. That is what a leader is all about. But there, you can't even the leader can't even speak. Buhari can't even address the nation. Can't even give hope to his own citizens because you have to restore the hope back to your citizens. You have to give them that hope. But at the end of the day, have you seen Buhari utter any statement? You can only hear from Garuba Shehu or anybody. But the president can't even offer that confidence to his people, that hope that people, as in the faith, restore the faith back to the people. Said, I'm going to do my best, try to make sure that will be safe. But at the end of the day, we still where we are. So it's Nigeria. And that is why we are crying for action. Only thing that Nigeria is lacking, I'm keep telling people that is in Nigeria. The only thing that we are lacking is leadership. And leadership have been our problem. Because if you have a good leadership, trust me, even Emma, if they appoint you as the president of Nigeria for 2 weeks, I don't think there will be insecurity in Nigeria. Trust me. If they appoint you as the president of Nigeria for 2 weeks, you will eradicate insecurity. It's just there. It's not a rocket science. Those things are being done because it's something that is practical. It's not something about theory. This is practical, something you can do. So when it comes to practical thing, you can do. You don't need too much prayer or too much. It's a simple thing. There are so many solutions, so many options for you to fight insecurity. So many ways for you to fight insecurity. There are a lot of ways to fight insecurity. It's just that the leaders are not ready to fight insecurity because most of them are the people who operate all those things. They are the Boko Haram. They are all those non-government you keep hearing. It's our leaders. It's our leaders. It's not the cities. It's our leaders. So whenever they decided to eradicate it, trust me, you will see those things no more. They are the people. All these things you see people doing, it's our leaders. They are the people causing mayhem to their own citizens. Not the individual, not me and you, not ordinary Nigeria, not ordinary citizen. It's our own. Who is bringing these guns to these people? Who is buying all those ammunition? Who is giving them information? Who is making all those things to them? It's our leaders. Those people are the people at the top. They are the one causing mayhem to their people, causing anger on their people, causing sufferness on their people. Many people have lost a lot of things, like this one you just said now, the massacre that happened, people lost their life. And in Nigeria, it's becoming a normal thing that people die every day and just move on. Nobody cares. Somebody will wake up, you just hear somebody. Before, you remember before, when you hear that somebody passed away, you kind of, it's a shock. But now it's no longer a shock. It's a normal thing. Now it become a normal in Nigeria that people died every day. There's so many. I told my friend that in Nigeria, people can die. There are so many ways you can die in Nigeria. If you are not being killed by kidnapping, you are not killed by Boko Haram, you are not killed by accident, you are not killed by village people, you are not killed by hospital. You went to hospital because you can't afford the bill, you died there. There are so many ways people die in Nigeria, and it's normal. Well, here, since I've been in at least the apartment I've been living for years now, I haven't seen ambulance enter into this apartment even to remove a dead body. I know how many years I've been here. You understand? So I know people are living around me. So, but in Nigeria, people die. Even sometimes when I receive call from Nigeria, my village people, they'll tell me, sir, this person passed away. I say, what happened? I kind of surprised. How can somebody die? The guy said, the person is not feeling fine. So many people die in Nigeria, go to hospital, you see people because they can't afford the money to be treated, they will die. Accident happen in Nigeria often. Accident happen because of bad road. People die, Okada kill people. So many ways you can die. And that is for me. If you give me 100 billion that I should stay in Nigeria, and maybe you give me 1 million for me to stay here, I prefer to stay here because I'm okay here. I'm okay. There is insurance. Life insurance is more important because in Nigeria, even if you have billion in Nigeria, you don't have that life insurance. So, but for here, you have those insurance. Your life matters. But in Nigeria, people die every day. It's a pity. Trust me, it's a pity. And concerning about what you said, we discussed about the DJ of labor yesterday. I think labor is setting an example, and they don't want people to emulate. What Peter Obi is doing, I think he's doing a great job, and what Labour Party is doing, even the new movement Peter Obi is doing now, talking to Nigeria students, going to school, speaking to youth. Those are the people, trying to give them, restore faith to them, give them that faith, because those are the people that matter. Those are the people that is going to impart in this nation. It's their futures that is at stake. So I think Peter Obi is doing a great work, and Doyin Okupe stepping down have showed that this, me and you are here, PDP, how many months now they are still fighting for who is going to resign or who is not going to resign. You understand? So, but we are setting an example. That shows you how this Peter Obi regime is going to be. It's restoring faith to people. So, let me yield back and allow other people to say something. Allow Mr. Chibozo. Mr. Chibozo, good morning, sir.
Yes, Mr. Chobuzo, good morning, sir.
Yeah,
How
good
you
morning,
doing
my
today?
brother. Yeah, good morning, Miss Chima. Good day, everybody listening. You know, um, concerning the security issues in Nigeria, um, I keep on telling you, any country that does not have a identity card, there's no way you can be able to secure that country because security of the country lies on the identification of individuals. Because when there is a threat, that can be able the agencies can be able to pinpoint where the whole thing started or how it ended up. So with our the way we manage our system, the security will continue being a threat to Nigeria as far as Nigeria today is concerned, because we don't want to put ourselves in order. We keep on addressing some certain things that doesn't make sense, and that is why you see all these kind of instabilities are happening over there. So what we need to do is just to put ourselves in order. I know this present administration cannot do anything because these are part of the syndicate, as I always said. Because these are syndicates. They are not. They are not leaders. They are syndicates. They are criminals. They are organized crimes. And when you see the way the whole thing are played, you can see that there is no future in the society. People have lost hope in the present government. People, a lot of, just like what you just read now, Christmas have come. People don't want to go home because of insecurity, because they're scared of their life. Their governor cannot be able to protect them. The president cannot be able to protect them. The police cannot be able to protect them. The type of military system of administration we're running in Nigeria is order come from above. And because of order come from above, no department can be able to function the way it's supposed to function independent. In the judicial system, order must come from above before you take a decision. In a local government, order must come from above before you take a decision. Governor cannot operate independently upon he have all the capacity to exercise his flexible power. But he cannot be able to exercise his power because he needs to take order from above before he can be able to secure his own people. Then you ask yourself, why are they elected? What is their need being in that position? They cannot be able to take a decision for themselves. So, and this is a military type of government. It's not a democratic. It's not a democratic style of government, and that is why you see if you look very well, all the kind of system we run is Oga never say, Oga never talk. Wait, make Oga talk. If Oga talk, then we can be able to do something. And all this system, these are the thing that is disturbing our so-called military administration because we're not running democracy until if uh, uh, if if like this man will come to power, then when he come to power, then we can be able to show example of leadership because this leadership we are seeing now, even right from time, is a military style of government, and nobody should say that we are running a democratic government. You can see yourself because whenever you want to do something, Oga must give you a power before you do it. So if we can be able to remove all these military people in power, all these syndicates, criminals. Like I always said, it's only in Nigeria you can see a mosquito will go to CBN and hijack everybody and demand for ransom and fly away with it, and nobody will do anything. Lizard will go to Buhari house and ask him to go and arrest somebody. Buhari will give him order. All kind of misadministration. Things are going wrong, and it's thank God for social media actually, because all this crooked movement has been happening right from time social media was not in the hand of the people, and because of no light, because of no light, people cannot be able to see all this present happening that is happening today. So thank for media. Otherwise, we could have remained in a darkness, and whatever information they bring to us is what we are going to agree on. So, but today, social media have made it possible for everybody to be able to, view and see what is really happening on the ground. You can see somebody will go there, collect about 100 and something billion naira. Man, to carry a bill, let me tell you, a billion naira is not something you just put in your pocket. There is a lot of process for you to lift that money up, then before you transfer it to anywhere you want to go. So there is a lot of this is what I call syndicate. All the whole both governors, senators, president, ministers. These are syndicate. They are not these are not administration leaders. These are syndicate crime people who came to commit crime and kill Nigerians and make sure that Nigeria sink to the last bottom of the sea. So we are not gonna get it right until we Nigerians stand up one day and they march to any state house and they make sure that we bring the government down. If we keep on with this kind of attitude that we have, it's so unfortunate anyway. In Nigeria, a lot of people still don't even have access to information. A lot of people don't have access to information, and that is why you see vote buy can be able to take place. After all, I never have it before. 2,000 naira is enough for me. If they want to die, let them go there and die. So this is what you will see for ordinary suffering Nigeria, because he lack information, and that is why you see all these things are trending and people you see it happening anyway. Anyway, let me leave it for Mr. Two Niger or Brother Nice to continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chibuzo. It's pleasant to have you on the broadcast. Thank you very much. Mr. Tunanja, how you doing? I see you there. All right, Mr. Tunanja, I will come to your comments. But nice, how are you doing? It's good to have you on the broadcast. Thank you for being on here. Please, let's have your submission.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Simon. Good morning to my fellow panelists and Mr. Tunaja on the comment section. Greetings to all Niger Watch family all over the world. Yeah, I think I did not get all the subject what we are talking about, but I don't know if I have to start from where Mr. Chibuzo stop. No, if that one is the only topic, or which one?
Okay, I'll just rerun for your sake and for every other person on here. So, the Igbos are very much are not traveling. Even their relatives are telling them to stay put where they are and not, do the usual this year, due to the insecurity happening over there in the east. And then the reps are threatening, and they've summoned Godwin Emefiele to come to the house and have a talk with them for questioning. And also they've ordered the bank, to stay put with all of the regulations, but the banks are adamant because of course they're listening to Godwin Emefiele. So we don't know, and they are supposed to supposed to close for the year tomorrow, Thursday. So they are saying Emefiele must be present tomorrow morning, or sends his deputy to come talk to the house about all of this money plans. So we knowing how much these people are good in flaunting others. Let's see if Emefiele would be there, or if Emefiele would even send a deputy, or if it is going to be them not giving a two about other.
Yeah, thank you for the recap. Do you think it's only the Igbos that could not go out to see their family? It's the full Nigerians. Me myself, you think I don't want to come home to see my family? You know how many Nigerians that wish to come home to see their family because of insecurity? They have to still stay back home wherever they live. You understand? It's not only the Igbos, it's the full Nigerians. Every year, do you know how many Nigerians that come from the Western world, from overseas, come and celebrate Christmas with their family? A lot of people have canceled their flight tickets because of insecurity, kidnapping. So this is the reason why I'm saying it, that we should not think that we have government right now. The moment we understand we don't have government in that full Africa, the better for us. We don't have government. That's just the truth. You understand? We don't have institution. We are still learning in Africa. They learn. Let me take you guys back to, I don't know if you remember the former president in France, where there was terrorist attack in France, in Paris. You understand? After that terrorist attack in Paris, the full Assembly Nationale, their National Assembly, they summoned the president immediately to question him about his policy and concerning the security of their people, of the French people. When the president were going to the National Assembly, you will see tension in the place. The president was scared. He don't know what to tell the deputies and the lawmakers and the president of our National Assembly. He has to stand in the presence of those people to give account of what happened that day. And if you see the president, you will see the tension on him when he was standing before the lawmakers and the French people. That is a country where you talk about institution. Because he know that if he don't defend himself, he can be impeached immediately. But Buhari is a person you cannot question. Our leaders, even local government chairman, you cannot question them. Local government chairman, if you summon him in an assembly National Assembly in Nigeria, he will not answer them. That one you would think is that kind of country you would say you have a government or you have institution. It's a country where you cannot question anybody. They will loot 89 trillion. A country where they have institution, you cannot question those where this problem is coming from. You cannot question those looters. We have a country, we have Senate, we have a National Assembly, we have this thing, judicial. No one can question this thing, executive. None of them. Do you remember when Aberibe said if Buhari cannot secure Nigeria, protect our life and property of Nigeria, he should resign? National Assembly president shut him down immediately. He said he should not say that anymore. Listen, when I was saying it here that we should go and call these white people to come and teach us the way again. Some people were attacking me. Africans, they learn. They don't know what to be government. They don't know how that. They don't. All those one we did there. They are not government. They are a bunch of criminals that are looting African resources. Not the government we get. Somebody will come here and will be telling us, "Oh, I've seen a lot of progress in our government, in our security. I've seen a lot of progress." My brother, if we are not start to tell ourselves the truth, that's how we go just day. That's how we go day for another century. That's how we go day backward. No. We must start to tell ourselves the truth so that we can move forward in that Africa. Africa not supposed to get independence. They're supposed to let these white people see they teach them what they call rule of law. They rush go get independent because of their own personal interest, because of this stealing of Nigerian African resources. That's why they ask for independence. Although Kwame Nkrumah, all of them, none of them don't ready. See the president of Ghana, the same thing. That one go use all the time they speak quiz English. It not feel improve the life of Ghanaians. All of them they learn, all African leaders. Buhari is a lifeless human being. You think say that kind of person feel improve the life of Nigerians? Person will not the fit talk. I beg, man, I don't feel waste my time to talk. Thank you.
All right, brother, nice. That was a whole lot of offloading. Thank you for your submission. Thank you to each and every one of you right here on this broadcast with us. Thank you. Let's move on to Mr. Tunaija. Mr. Tunaija, how are you doing? It's good to have you on the broadcast.
Yeah, greetings. Sorry, I think there's a bit of a feedback. I don't think it's on my end. Yeah, it's gone now. Yeah, greetings, Emma and everyone on the panel and the chat and the viewers. You know, the previous speaker is the kind of stuff that makes me want to throw people into the lagoon. You know, talking the kind of stuff people say, you know, like we are children. Even if we were not colonized or the white men were from space, even if they were aliens, we shouldn't necessarily need them to be teaching us as if we are babies. We are grown men. And if you ask this man a question now about leadership, you will hear the decision he makes. because he is not ready. Just because he's not ready doesn't mean others are not. And so the point is that some of the stuff I heard about EMEFIELE, I think is some of, I said it before. That was a long time ago. I kept saying this. There's a pattern of the difference of opinion at the top. And some groups want to frustrate some of the other group, and you see this thing coming out in the open. Look at what they did to Okupe recently. It's a sign of a difference of opinion, and some of the things the central government has been doing, he has been really hindering some people. He changed the currency, they didn't like it. He forced a lot of money out of the dark, and now he's limiting the amount that they can withdraw. They didn't like it, and suddenly now they're going directly after him too. So you see the patterns. It's so clear for me to say. I don't know. Nigerians sometimes get headlines and they don't see what is going on. There is a battle going on, and these people are these elites, including Buhari. Buhari, a president telling the people to vote whoever they like. A president is supposed to tell people to vote for the party, his own party, not just vote whoever you like. And I'm going to make sure there's no violence. There's no. It's just these people, they know what they are doing. And the patterns are there. The military is complaining. All of them are all complaining. They cannot. Obasanjo is saying that he cannot be intimidated. You should read the signs are all there, telling you that there's a difference. Who are they telling? Who is intimidating Obasanjo? Who is intimidating? Who is telling the military to take sides? Why are they suddenly against EMEFIELE? He has been there for 10 years. Suddenly, DSS suddenly finds record that he is responsible for funding terrorism. How does the central bank head fund terrorism? And at the same time, he's the one trying to limit their ability to transact their business. Except they had evidence a long time ago that they didn't bring out until he decides that he goes after them too, like stop their money politics, stops them from this hiding money under soccerways and all that nonsense. So the signs are all there, and I think that EMEFIELE is not going to move. He's not going to be moved, and whatever they like, they can do. And I think these people at the top, like Buhari and all of them, they're all lined up against each other because most of the things EMEFIELE is doing is with the approval of Buhari. This whole thing is so transparent. It's crazy. It's actually with the approval of Buhari. There's nothing hidden. Buhari is communicating with him. Sometimes not even communicating with his finance minister, but with EMEFIELE. So they all know what they are doing. And when I tell Tinubu and Atiku supporters that you think this is the normal election we are going into, there is a difference of opinion on the top, and these people at the top believe that they don't want Atiku, they don't want Tinubu, and they are trying their best to frustrate them. That is what is happening. And at the same time, it is working on behalf of Peter Obi and his followers. If you look at what is happening, that's exactly what is going on. Like it or not, somewhere at the top of the establishment, they are trying to favor Peter Obi. So we have to take years for an answer on that front. And regarding traveling to villages. Regarding traveling to Nigeria, traveling around. I don't know who is that guy. I think it's you, Emma. Yeah. Regarding traveling to villages, I think that many Nigerians are not traveling. If they are not traveling, it's because of fear, especially Southeast, it's because of fear of what is going on there. Ekpa he seems to have instigated some kind of serious instability there. At least he is the figurehead. He's the one that comes out and says he's going to disrupt the election. And which is, I don't understand how anybody wants to do that, and anybody will support them. Except that you have completely lost your mind. And Igbo people are some of the most widespread people in Nigeria, maybe even widespread compared to the Nigerian family around the world. And you want to make sure that they don't control the country. A son of the Igbo land did not rise to become a president. It's ridiculous. And all these people, they are going to lose credibility, especially if someone like Peter Obi succeeds. They will lose credibility completely because all their arguments will be null and void. One, Peter Obi will go there in the center of things and controlling things. And secondly, they will not have much of an argument to say they don't have any stake in the country anymore. If anything, you see, I don't understand how some people think about those things anyway. Personally, I think that for better or for worse, the Igbo people have gained from Nigeria a lot. The Yorubas have gained from Nigeria a lot. The Northerners have gained from Nigeria a lot. The people that have truly lost out in terms of this development in Nigeria, if you look at it, it's the South really. The South have lost out. Then you can say for various reasons. It could be for because of the government or because of their own people that are also embezzling the money. But they have really lost out. They don't even have a proper seaport. They don't have a proper development. Apart from what Wike is doing right now. So if they are not traveling to the southeast, it's because of some of the things Southeasterners are allowing to happen. And those people, they really need to be discredited, because when I heard Simon Ekpa saying what he was saying, that was really disgraceful behavior.
All right, Mr. Tulanja, that's a
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have to move on, please. Thank you very much. We have to move on, please. All right, let's thank you to everyone on this broadcast with us. Please take our time to like the broadcast if you are yet to. Thank you very much. Do well to support us by clicking on the $ to the right on the comment section. Also, do well to join us by 1 p.m. Nigerian time today on the chat. We'll be no time. Do well to join us. All right, I move back to my panelists for your final submission. Mr. Collins.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you for having me. Like, I think well, everybody have said one or two things that really affected Nigeria, because we are talking about things that affected Nigeria this time around. The video, a lot of people are working in the same to make sure that at the end of the day, Peter will win this election. Even people that is working for Tinubu, they also, if you look into them very well, they're also working for Peter Obi, because everybody is obedient. One way or the other, you are contributing. If you see the video that somebody released yesterday when Tinubu were giving money to somebody, that is somebody inside Tinubu camp that released that video. So for that person to release that video, wants people to see what is going on. I think if a lot of people are doing their part to make sure that they frustrate the present government and also PDP, because they are the same people. I don't even see them different people. They are the same people. Atiku and Tinubu is the same character, the same human being. So there is no different about it. So all I'm just urging Nigeria to make sure that at the end of the day, get your PVC, make sure that you vote these people out, because once you get a good leader, trust me, Nigeria is a fucking, as in when I mean rich country, it's a rich country. It's just that the leadership is the problem that they are having there. So when a country that you come, somebody will be spending billions of naira on one, or need to just renovate a government house. Who does that? So it's just because they are lavishing money that means to for the citizen. Individuals are just using it. Just only people, one people will be using a money that meant for the whole community. So I think his leadership is our problem. Once we get the leadership right, every other things will kill. If you watch, once in Nigeria travel abroad, when you travel abroad, nobody will tell you to go and throw away this USB. But in Nigeria, when you finish drinking pure water, you just throw it somewhere. But once you've been abroad, nobody is going to tell you to do something right, because you see people doing something right. Once P2B is doing something right, everyone, trust me, every other person will kill on the line. Thank you.
All right. All right, Mr. Collins, thank you very much. And apologies for that. I'm having some technical issues, but that will be fixed shortly. All right, Mr. Chibuzo, let's have your final submission. Please do also join me by 1 p.m. Thank you very much. Mr. Chibuzo, please. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you once again, everybody listening. Yeah. The only thing I would say is Nigeria has been a command society where Nundi Oga get mouth. If Oga no talk, nobody go talk. If Oga no give command, we no go work. So it has been that system. Like I told you, it's a military style of government we are running in Nigeria, and we will need to change that system. A country whereby, like I told you, mosquito will hijack prominent men and demand for ransom, nobody will kill that mosquito, and they will made away with millions, and nobody will be able to ask any question or answer. So, and when it comes to judgment, you can judge for yourself, and you can see how the things are going. So, we will need to change the system of Nigerian leadership. That's all. And if we get it right, believe me, things will go right in Nigeria. You will see the happiness, you will see the atmosphere, the way everybody will be very, very happy. Come 2023, we know that PVC is a key of this election, but there is a lot of underground insecurity going on, because if you watch the way INEC have positioned themselves, regardless of the way they will come to the national television and tell us. When you look at their body language, you can see there is that pressure. If military can tell you that we are under pressure, police will tell you we are under pressure. That's to show you that these people are not completely independent on themselves. They cannot work by themselves, So, but this is a system that we need to crash and make Nigeria work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chibuzo, for that submission. Thank you. Very nice. All right. Let's have your final submission, sir.
Yeah. What I said before is just what I'm saying right now. For now, I don't count this administration as a government. For now, we don't have government until we start getting it right. If we can have this opportunity to mention to elect Mr. Peter Obi, then when they now start performing, that is where I know that we are now starting having government. But for now, there's no government in Nigeria. Nigerians are just fighting for themselves. We don't have government for now. Nobody to cry to for now. All the institution is collapsed, is dead. So all those previous one that was there, the Obasanjo, we are just managing them. But the mistake they did 2015, they went to go and vote the worst one into power. So that is what they sowed 2015. That is what we are reaping today. So I hope they do the right thing this time around. If it's not, I don't know what will happen next. Thank you, Ms. Ima. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for being with us on this broadcast, Brother Nice. Thank you for your time. Mr. Tunanja, let's have yours.
Yeah, I think the alignments for Obi's this in the presidency is quite this in high because of the various things we've already talked about. And there's a lot to be optimistic about. The poll that was carried out showing 20%, over 20% lead in this December, for crying out loud. And all signs are there that he should win this election. And it's just for him to do the lifting that is left. And from what I heard from him yesterday, it's something to be optimistic about. And people need to understand, let me not keep just saying that the signs are good. Signs are good is one thing, but people need to get out there. I know the South is to do what they need to do. The South will probably do what they need to do. But the areas where what is going to tip the election is going to be 5%, 10% here and there. That area is where the work really needs to be put in. And it's not going to be easy. They are going to throw a lot of mud. I can tell you, if Tinubu and his cohorts have wielded a lot of power for decades now, they are not going to go down without a lot of problems. Got all the things they are throwing at EMEFIELE and this. Recently, the Nigerian court system seems to be trying to jail everybody. They are trying to GFCC governor. They're trying to jail Inspector General of Police. Soon they will try to jail Buhari too. They will ask for Buhari's arrest at this rate. I don't know what is going on in Nigeria right now. The whole thing is like they are all throwing their tantrums. Everybody throwing their toys out of their pram. So it's going to be an interesting this in time. This is not going to be easy. It tells you the signs are there already. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tunaja. Thank you for being with us. Thank you to each and every one of you that has taken out time to join us. I hope you've taken out time also to like this broadcast. Please do so if you're watching the replay. Please take out time to like this broadcast. Thank you very much, my panelists.
So,
Please
sorry, let me just add one more thing. Is 15 seconds.
like
15 seconds. This thing that some of our men do, where they start advertising foreign countries, it really needs to stop. And I think something that you guys need to ban, because it's horrible where they come here, start saying that, oh, Nigeria is so terrible. Let's, even when that is, and it's also false too. Like 40,000 people die in the US every year from gun violence alone. And they come here and advertise. The only reason why America is doing better is because they have more money. That's what it is. They have more systems in place, but people are dying every time in that country too. So when they
All
say
right.
we should have colonial people come here and start
All
governing
right,
us, that is
Mr. Tunaja.
ridiculous.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. Bring it up again at a better time in an appropriate uh, broadcast, and that will be taken care of or properly discussed. Properly discussed. So do also join me today by 1 p.m. on the chat, and let's talk about that and many more. Thank you to each and every one of you, my panelists. I look forward to seeing you much later on today. Until then, stay safe. Yes, please do well to stay safe. Do well to enjoy the rest of your day. And to my panelists, please take out time to like the broadcast, and each and every one of you watching right now, please take out time to like the broadcast. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.